Larry, Savell Larry, aka. Want to thank everyone for listening to our weekly podcast, the You Going Pro podcast, the number one podcast in the world that helps athletes develop proficiency, assisting their passion for the game they love. Today episode is episode 39. I got the very own head coach of Urban Prep Charter Academy for a young man. He was there at 2010 through 2013, 14 youth head coach for Chicago White Sox ACE program, 214 through 218, youth development instructor for the Chicago White Sox ACE program, 2018 to currently, and also the president of JEM Baseball Training Academy, NFP, today, and his very own Coach Ernest. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Savell?
I'm good, man. I'm glad you're here. Hey, we got to get right down to the nitty gritty of it. Because since you're from Chicago, let's just talk from the beginning. Let's go to the genesis. I like to start at the beginning. I know what school you went to, but what was it like playing in Chicago back in the day when you played? What was that transition like? Let's talk about it.
Well, Chicago baseball, man, we got some of the best baseball in the nation, right? The reason why I said we talked about it a little bit before the show. You got to be so mentally locked in because it's so cold, and you got to persevere. And Chicago's already a big shoulder city. It's a grind type of city. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But no, went to High Park from 2002 to 2005. Played for the Hall of now newly inducted to the Hall of Fame. Coach Ernest Radcliffe was reluctant to get a baseball scholarship to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. 3 year starter there.
Good.
Came home and just kept giving back. But the one thing about Chicago baseball players, you know what you're gonna get. It was where the college or pro level, you're gonna get a hard nosed, gritty, take no ish type of baseball player. Gonna run everything out, break up those double plays, be the first person in the weight room, last person out, make no excuse type of baseball player.
Man, that's you summed it up me. You just summed me up.
Yeah, it is. Right, right.
That's what it is. Cause it's interesting you said that because I told you I'm in South Florida, and they ain't made like us. It doesn't matter what generation. I don't care what people say. The generation does not matter because it's something about a Midwestern and a Southern boy from Florida. Not saying talent wise, we just talking about mentality. The mentality, and you can elaborate on it. It's just
Yep.
different. It's just totally different. Because like when I went to college, Ernest, I was the first one in the field and the last one. Period. Every day. And I want more every day. I was the first one in the weight room, the last one in the weight room. And you just said it. So, being said, you went to school at Arkansas Pine Bluff. What was that like from making that transition going coming from Chicago?
Well, I know my facial expression told it all. It's a it's a culture shock because when you come from Chicago, you can walk down and see 10 people and not one speak to you.
Right.
You can't walk past one person that's speaking in Arkansas. Hey, how you doing? So I'm like, man, what?
What's
What is
going on?
that? And the second thing, the brand of baseball is a little bit different in the South. The South plays guerrilla baseball. And what I mean by if they don't know what guerrilla baseball means, you got to swing it down now.
Okay.
In Chicago, you get taught the short game, you got a bunt, hit, run, fake bunt steal,
Right.
hit behind runners.
Right.
Down south, dog, you got to lace them up and go barrel, gap to gap. I think there is some very good. We played in the Southwestern Athletic Conference,
Right.
Division One HBCU, and it was some very good baseball players down there that might have
Right.
just been maybe a step too slow,
Correct.
a size too small, but can hang with the big dogs. And then just I remember my first week on campus, and we had conditioning, and it was 109 degrees in the sun.
Woo.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It felt like the sun was on your neck.
Right.
So, that's a mental state that you got to get used to. But I met some lifelong friends down there, and it's whew, the amount of pride in baseball in the South
It's different.
is is different.
Yeah, it's different.
Like you had those old timers that literally went to work, came home, watched you practice, went to work, came home, saw you play on the weekend series, talked about, and then came supported. So to support those small towns, that's all they have. So our games used to be packed.
Right, right. And it's funny you said that due to the fact that, me being in the South, coming from Chicago, and then I went to school up in the South again to Kentucky, JUCO in Tennessee. It was different. I mean, the best word is culture shock. And if and you being coach who you are, you've been around the block, the academy, youth academy. Can you educate the listeners due to the fact that coming from Chicago, how can you prepare them mentally? Because I know we don't have a lot of time, so I got to get right to it. How
Yeah.
can you prepare them mentally to give them some wisdom? Because they need it.
So it's twofold to that. You have to psychologically psych yourself out of every objection or doubt that you have. You got to tell yourself every day, I'm the baddest MF walking this planet, but you have to do it in a humble manner to where nobody can even feel your cockiness or
Mm-hmm.
confident. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we say
Mm-hmm.
confident, and if somebody takes it the wrong way, they say cocky.
Right.
Um, Baseball is a very mental game. You could be in a slump, should nobody know that you're in a slump. And you have to know, coming from the North, there is a negative stereotype that
Yes.
we get in the South. So you have to be 20 times better than every baseball player in your position,
That's right.
doing everything. Well, that means picking up shag and fly balls. I'm sorry, picking up equipment, hitting and running,
That's right.
fielding the baseball. First one in the classroom, you got to be 20 times better coming from Chicago because the negative stereotype, I don't think is true. We didn't create it. The negative stereotype is we're city slickers.
Right.
We don't
Right.
work hard. We
Right.
don't
Right.
value any
Right. Right.
integrity. So you have to outpace your opponent, but also being a great teammate without displaying cockiness. And it's a relentless type of mindset. It's like I don't care what's going on.
That's it, brother.
We own that. We gonna hit. We gonna play hard. And if I don't care, it was a series at Grambling,
Right.
2007.
Right.
I gotta give a shout out to Olin Parker. He's a head coach at Southern University, New Orleans now.
Okay.
And he pointed this out to me when I didn't even remember me playing. He pointed this out to me 5 years ago at a coach convention. I was playing. I had to fill in, play third base. I played outfield, but I had to play third base
Okay.
um, because the third baseman was making a couple errors the series before. And like, look, we can't have that.
Right.
So that series, man, hell, I think I was maybe 1 for 14. So in the SWAC, they talk a lot of ish. So they was ragging on me. And he said, man, I knew you was a ball player because every time somebody say something, he's like, I ain't hitting, but I'm fielding every ball. Y'all don't get nothing
Right.
past me.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
that type of confidence and grit and to look people, hey, if I'm not doing this, I'm gonna do this. And you
Right.
know the saying in baseball,
That's
man.
right. Right.
You
Right.
can't
Right.
make errors and not hit, and you can't hit, and now you know that
Right.
you can't do both. You can't make errors and
You gotta
strike
do
out.
one. You gotta do one real
You got to
good.
do one right. So I took pride in that. Hey, I'm on a slump. Hey, I ain't hitting, but guess what? My
You ain't getting
fielder
nothing
percentage
past
is
me.
1,000. Now what? And our
Yeah.
head coach was like, that's why you kept staying in the lineup because
Yeah.
your body language is still up. You was rooting for your teammates. And though that's a little nugget to where everybody that's listening, you're going to go on a slump. You're
That's
going to
right.
suck. But what are you going to do to help the team? You're going to
That's it.
suck, dog.
I love it. That's it, brother. Hey, but you hit it right, Ernest. I mean, straight. That's real talk because here in South Florida, we don't talk like, well, I talk like that because that's what I'm used to, but the kids don't talk like that. It's all about me. It's all about me and my numbers. But as you stated, when you're playing baseball, last time I checked and last time you checked, it's 9 players. This ain't tennis. This ain't tennis. This ain't boxing. So
And, and it's
go ahead.
crazy you say that. Not to, I'm sorry, but you just such a nerve for me. I was just literally on Instagram and I saw a post. I'm not gonna throw no names and I don't want nobody to sue
Right,
us.
right, right,
I saw a post that said high school baseball is worthless because either your high school coach don't know anything or something, and it doesn't mean anything because you should be worried about yourself.
Oh,
So I wasn't gonna say anything, but I had to jump on it. So I said it's twofold to that.
that's right.
You are actually telling the kids the wrong thing because I don't remember a college coach that recruits a loser. I never met a college coach that's not going to recruit a kid
Right,
who's going to do everything they can for team.
right.
And the second fold to that is this is the problem why that mindset of travel ball taking over, they don't understand on the next level when you get drafted, even if you plan to get drafted. When you sign that contract, it's about, if you get drafted to the Orioles, it's about the Orioles on their chest and what we need you to do for this organization. If
Mm-hmm.
you get signed at Vanderbilt, Clemson, it's about what that university or Drinker, that university needs you to do for that university.
That's right.
You and the fact that you have adults putting that in kids' mind
That's a
is
problem.
why it's idiotic and crazy. I'm gonna say it, and
It
I'm glad
is.
you have this platform to tell the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
Like,
Tell the
no, that's
truth.
not. And not to be long-winded, but I gotta touch on this. I know 5 Division I powerhouse coaches right now. Carrick Jackson, shout out to Carrick, first black coach at the University of Missouri.
Yes,
The,
sir.
the first thing he says, I don't want no I guy. If you an I guy, I don't care if you throw 100 miles an hour. You ain't coming here.
That's it.
So you got 40, around 30, 40% of kids who are already cut, and that's Missouri. So what you think, Clemson, LSU, man, you
Same
sending them
deal.
kids off.
Right. Man, you hit it perfectly because I've been trying to catch him anyway, Kendrick, get him on my show anyway. I've been trying to catch him. And I called him, and then he didn't return a call, return my text, whatever the case may be.
He busy guy. He busy
Yeah,
guy.
he
That's my guy.
busy. I know.
He's a very humble guy. He'll get back to you.
But he also is coming here. He's coming here very soon for a tournament next month. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to catch him at the Jackie Robinson Classic because they're playing UBSC teams. But man, I'm just gonna say that due to the fact that here on my show, I keep everything clean. I am a Christian. I'm a believer. I believe in speaking the word, and most importantly, besides speaking the word, but speak the truth. I want because the word is the truth, and if you can't speak the truth, I don't care if it hurts them. But the problem is we got too many people, helicopter coaches, helicopter parents, jellyback parents, and I'm saying it on my platform because this is what God gave me, and I'm saying it because we need to hear the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's gonna help you. It may hurt right now, but when you go to college, like you just said, Coach, you just said it perfect. When I was going to college, when you going to college, they didn't care. They like, listen, I want to know what's his character like. Because yeah, you can hit the ball, and I was fast. I ran a 6'3", 60. I can fly, and I was a switch hitter from Chicago, but I was raw. I knew that I was raw, but I had, like you said, I was cocky. I was cocky. I wasn't confident. I was just cocky because I didn't know any better. I just didn't know any better. My upbringing, I didn't know because from Chicago, either you're gonna have to fake it and at least act like it because if you don't, you're gonna be exposed right away. And you know that because you're shaking your
Yep.
head. So what I'm
Yep.
saying, so what I'm trying to say is because of the sake of time, I ain't got a lot of time, but what you just said was so profound. So now let's hit this real. Let's go right into college.
Yep.
How was that transition playing when you start playing, adapting to different cultures and things of that nature? Because at the same token, we already know baseball is a sport that does not have a whole lot of diversity. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm saying the truth. And for the people that listen, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but this is the truth. And so, how did you adjust with the lack of diversity or trying to get into the diversity? Because I was one too.
So it's a harsh reality to your point, but it also motivated us, the blacks that were on our team and the blacks that we played against. Hey man, it's it felt like we was back in the civil rights day. Hey
Right,
man, it's
right,
all we
right,
got. Let's
right,
go.
right, right.
But it's still respectful of our white counterparts, of our Hispanic counterparts, not with the words that get me against me mindset,
Right,
but are we gonna show y'all who we represent and where we come from? We
right,
come from greatness.
right,
And the other fold to that is some of our people we played against or even played with, it was their first time being around a black person.
right,
Like
right,
literally
right,
no racial bias. I've
right.
heard that 10 times. They say, hey, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I've never even
Played.
interacted with somebody black. And
That's
that's
it.
just I open a lot. You like,
Crazy.
what? But then it also told us the same things our mamas, grandmas, granddaddies told us. You are representing not just yourself, and you don't hear it until you see it in your face through the game of baseball. Like,
Right, right,
what?
right. You exact because that goes back to what you just said. You never know who's watching you too. So
Yeah.
that's why I always tell the players that I train, the trains that I'm always coaching. You never know who's watching you. I don't care what color you are. It does not matter because at the end of the day, you're not just representing yourself. You're representing your mom, and you represent me and the team because we're all one. They don't care about that. They're gonna be saying, "Who is your coach?" Well, that's Coach
Yep.
Ernest. That's Coach Laurie. Coach Laurie, you know what? Coach Laurie's a black coach. I'm not trying to go color based, but I'm just making a point. When you look at them, they're gonna say they don't care what color the coach is. They want to know who's your coach. First thing, who is your coach? And then when they look at you, and you're gonna be a reflection of your player. We should be reflecting one another. Am I right?
You said no lies.
I just gotta hit that. I mean, going there, I only got like 5 minutes left, but I want to go ahead and ask you this question. I got a couple quick questions. Can you tell us, the listeners, what would you say will be the play of the day that you've done? You played a play. You played. What was one of the play of the days that nobody's never seen or heard? Can you tell us about that? We want to hear it. Because I'm cutting down. I got to cut this down. I got two more
I'm,
good questions, but
but
go
I
ahead.
know I'm gonna be back on. This only part one. We got to give them a little bit of breadcrumbs to follow the trail.
Okay.
So, player the play
Play
of
of the
the
game.
game.
Yeah, play of the game. You made a play. I know you made a play. We ain't know nothing
Yeah,
about it. I want to hear about it. Let them hear
it was
about it.
2000. This one stands out to me.
Okay.
I'm very good on defense, but this one in particular stands out to me. It's 2009. We're in the SWAC tournament. The
Okay.
opening game, we're playing. No, the second game. We just beat Alcorn. Day later on came on and beat us on the back end. So I don't want nobody from Alcorn saying, no, we beat y'all. Yes, we beat y'all the first game. Y'all got us the second.
Okay.
But it was the second game against Texas Southern.
Okay.
And I had came up and hit a piss rod down the left field line, right? The guy closes his eyes. I saw it, rounded. I was almost at second base looking to see. Man, he closed his eyes, put his glove up, and just dove. Ball popped in his glove, popped out. He caught it. But that's not the play I'm talking about. The very next inning, they were runners on second. The time run was on second base.
Okay.
And you know the rule in the corner outfield, you don't dive what? Down the line
No.
with less than with less than one out.
One out.
I mean with more than one out,
One
right?
out. Because
One out.
that's a game.
Right.
That's a game ending run right there.
Right. That's the game winning run. Man, this ball was drilled. And it was one of them hook sinking balls, like that's doing this in left field, and it's still rising, you know what's going? Dog, I kid you not. I put my head down, ran as fast as I can, and I just put my glove out, and the ball was there. Full extension, head hit the wall, teammates coming. I don't even remember catching the ball. And then those two, I hit one and somebody caught it, and I took one away. And then that was the definition. Of like, yeah, we taking this away too. Now what? And it was literally nothing but God and luck, because I just went to another realm. But my first three steps was so hard. I watched it on replay like 5 times when I was on the bus. They said, man, your first steps got you to that baseball. But and then it just goes back to what we got taught in Chicago.
Right.
We didn't play with home run fences all the time. You
No.
got it. You turn it and burn. You gotta go. So that's what stood out, you know.
Man, I know we're gonna be back on, man, but I love what you said, because people don't realize that in Chicago we didn't have the best facilities, we didn't have the best fields. We just went out there and played. We didn't really care. These kids, they gotta have this, they gotta have that, and it's just that's not what it's all about. But I know that you do some other things, and just because of the sake of time, we respect your time. Could you leave some closing remarks? How people can contact you for services and all of your stuff that you do? I got to give you that.
Absolutely, man. Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me. This is just part one. Look out for
Okay.
part two. You know, we're busy time. But if you want to get in contact with me, go to Instagram, Coach E,
Coach E.
OF Guru. They say OF for the outfield guru. That's what that nickname came. I got that from college.
I
I
like it.
never laugh. You can email me at Coach E at blackbaseballmedia.com.
Okay.
What we do is offer services to, we have the 3 Ps in our program. We provide resources for the players, we educate the parents, and we help uplift programs.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we gotta go to www.blackbaseballmedia.com, click on the website, navigate through, drop a comment, and also look up our YouTube page, Black
Okay.
Baseball Media. We got some pretty cool events that's coming down the pipeline. Exclusive interviews. We'll have this one on there. So
Okay.
yeah, just make sure you follow us on all the social media outlets.
Okay. One quick thing before you get up out of here, before I close it out. Urban Youth Baseball in Chicago, is that just for black people, or is that for all people?
Absolutely not. It's for all people. The way it's said, the reason why we say urban youth, because you're gonna play in an urban area.
Okay.
We That's the whole concept. It's an urban area because we want to do what? We want to revitalize the urban community through baseball. So no matter if you black, white, Chinese, Japanese,
Okay.
Hinduism, no matter what race, creed, or ethnicity, we're going to provide great baseball in the urban community.
Okay. I just want to ask that due to the fact because a lot of people don't know that, and
Absolutely.
education is a very powerful thing if you know what it is. If you know what it is, you can
Absolutely.
apply it, and that's why I wanted to say that. And out of respect, I mean, I want to tell all listeners this is episode 39. We probably will have episode part two, part three. Unfortunately, we got to cut this. Was like a trailer today. We've had the very own coach Ernest, the OF coach, outfielder coach from Chicago. It has been a delightful, quick treat. It's like a quick appetizer, and
Absolutely.
I want to close it out right here. I always ask this question for all of my listeners that are listening, and the guys want to know, hey, this is the man. You need to hit him up, Ernest. Hit him on his Instagram, hit him on his Twitter. However, you need to contact if you want some real good services. And as I asked the question, there's three questions. Where are you being led? Where are you being led? LED. L stands for listen. If you're listening to everything he said, you should have your ears on, the right kind of ears, not your physical ears, but your spiritual ears, because faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. So that was a word right there, which leads into the next question. Next letter is E. E stands for execute everything he just said. LE, execute. And if you execute, I can guarantee you're going to dominate. LED. This is Coach Laurie, very own Coach E, the outfield coach. Hey, I'm signing out. Hey, much love, brother. We will talk again. God
Thank you so
bless.
much for having
Stay
me.
stressed.
You
You
too.
got it, brother. Thanks a lot, bro. Take care.
All right.